Welcome in, peeps. It's Dr. Living Good. Good week to you. It's going to be a good one. Declare it right now. That'll be a great week. Getting lots done, and you're making progress. You might screw up, but it doesn't matter. We're focused on progress, not perfection. Right here for you guys right now, I want to talk about the appeal controversy. Not like a congressional appeal or some political appeal or a court appeal. A food protector backed by some skeptical, questionable figures. That's going down right now. The Apeel food covering backed by Bill Gates, creating a big stir on social media. What's it all about? What do the facts say? Is it safe to eat? How do you identify it? Do you have any options of washing this new chemical that they're putting on our foods off? I'm gonna break it all down for you right here, right now. What's up, everybody? It's Dr. Living Good. Just recently, I've been getting a lot of buzz, a lot of questions. People will come to me as your trusted source, and just, hey, can you give us some simple truth? Can you dig into this? Can you give some research on trends or things that pop up? And I like to slice through that kind of stuff, and often don't get overly excited about too many things, or try to bring you a perspective of clarity when things get too far right or too far left. But the new one right now is an Apeel, A-P-E-E-L, Apeel. And it is a food coating, right, that is going on foods to help them not oxidize and break down too fast. So behind me, like I have a couple bananas, and you're seeing the oxidation process just begin. That's the brown part where it begins to break down. And it goes from more of a green probiotic food to more nutrient dense to changing to decomposing and going back into the earth. And there's 40 to 50% of produce that ends up getting wasted in the world because it doesn't get eaten in time. We overproduce oftentimes. So we'll use things like this plastic in order to try to seal a thing like a cucumber to last longer, but then we end up putting a lot of plastic into the world. So a company that's been around since 2012 created a chemical that they put on foods that is not a wax that you might find like on an apple to try to prevent that, but can go on all kinds of foods like an avocado or an orange or all kinds of things. And it's creating quite an uproar. Anytime Bill Gates gets involved nowadays, very controversial, debatable, problematic sometimes figure. And so people have really strong opinions against that. But him, Oprah, Katy Perry have all invested in a large company called Apeel. And so I did some research and did some digging on this. Is this something we should be concerned about? Is there some facts to what's going on here? And, kind of what is it? So here we go. I'm going to dive into this thing and wanted to, out of the gates, show you this. So let's go to this split screen here. So this is the Apeel's website, right? And it says, how do we know it's safe to eat? What is it? It's a plant-based derived mono and diglyceride lipid, which are found in seeds, peels, and pulps of plants that we already eat. These ingredients are also found in human breast milk. They're formed in the human body during the natural digestive of fats and oils. Apeel uses these plant lipids because they have a long history of safe consumption, 50 years. Okay, so they're, assuring us there's not trans fat in there. It's non-GMO that these are coming from. The big concern that a lot of people are having, is there heavy metals in there, is we're ingesting mono and diglyceride. What are those? Why is that a concern? And is this actually a harmful thing for you to be put into your body? Well, a lot of the controversy came from, I'm going to answer that question in just a moment, came from this little sheet right here, right? Let me show you this one. This is a data safety sheet for Apeel right at the top. See this? But it's under the professional hygiene identifier. So I got this sent to me and I was like, oh, okay, but why does it say personal hygiene? And it said neural hard surfactant cleaner. And then I kept going. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to decipher some of these. I'm used to looking at stuff like this to vet, maybe a supplement or an ingredient. And it had all these dangers of causing eye damage, and you need to wear protective clothing. And if you ingested it, it creates problems and you needed medical attention. And I started getting concerned. And then I saw it contains alcohol and, terpenes. And I'm like, wait a minute. I don't know if this is actually what they're referring to. Turns out this is actually a spray. It's a cleaner named Apeel. And it just happened to have the same name. So if you see this report, okay, shut that one down because that one's actually not true, right? So we don't want to be spreading misinformation when we're talking about these things, and we want to be accurate, right? So that was actually a surfactant cleaner, which of course would be dangerous if you inhaled it or ate it, and it does have alcohol in it. This spray-on, dippable, or rub-on Apeel oxidative cover doesn't have that type of warning. However, it is created out of those mono and diglycerides. This right here is what we want to pay attention to. So what are those? All right, it's a simple Google search, right? I'll save you the time. Natural sources of fatty acids. So they're correct. They said these are found in breast milk. And all right, they naturally do occur, and they're a part of plant oils. So this got my attention. Whenever you start messing with plant oils, if you know Dr. Living Good, these can be very dangerous little buggers, or they can be beneficial depending what type of plant they come from. So what types do they come from? Well, I Googled exactly that. Soybean, okay, that's a problem. Unless they're using non-GMO soybeans, the Apeel is probably not from that. We don't know what it's from. It doesn't say. That's part of the problem. Bill Gates is behind it, and we don't know exactly what's in it. They're being tight-lipped about that. So then it's like, there are some things in the world that it's a little bit harder, like perfume, exactly what, the 72 things it's made out of or how they make it. Like, I get that. But with this, when it's going and being dipped on our food, you kind of want to dig a little deeper, but it says non-GMO. So I'm going to assume it's not soybean, but could be grapeseed. I don't have a problem with grapeseed, right? Canola, I have a major problem with. That's made from a rape seed, not a grape seed. And it is linoleic acid. It is a PUFA. It's a polyunsaturated fatty acid. That's a big problem in your body. Sunflower, if it was high oleic, yes, or organic, yes, but I don't know. And I doubt they're using the higher end high oleic to create this stuff. Maybe. Cottonseed, I would have a big problem with that. Coconut and palm, I wouldn't have as much a problem with, okay? And then they're found in animal fats, which is what puts it in breast milk. But to put that on your disclaimer on the website, it has nothing to do with that. They are naturally occurring, right? But if they're from a toxic oil, which is occurring in so many different crackers, breads, grains, flours, all kinds of baked goods. And I have a huge problem with them because what we find is they live in your body for over 300 days when they get in there. And they make up your actual cells, which congest your cells. So nutrients then, because of these bad fats that are deformed, not like a saturated fat that's nice and fluffy and easy to enter, these bad fats clog it up. You can't get nutrients into the cells. You can't get toxins out. You become inflamed. And you actually speed up oxidation in your body. So it's just very interesting. Plus, the problem with this is that whatever protective layer they're putting over it, they actually show on their website where there is a regular decomposing avocado and then one that's covered with a peel, and it lasts 20 to 30 days longer. Well, if God wanted these to last 20 to 30 days longer, he would have allowed them to. So now I'm a bit skeptical of it. We just don't know exactly what it's made out of. So I don't need to be given the wrong information about the surface cleaner, but this stuff's being put on our foods now, and it's even being put on organic foods. That's the crazy part about it. And so you start, asking around and asking your supermarket, and some of the symbols are actually, it says Apeel right on it, right on the food. And other times they're not marketing it very well, but it's starting to roll out because what farmer in what grocery store, if there was and presented in a decent way that they could save their produce another 20 to 30 days, that they would not want to do that. Like, it makes sense. I understand the global movement behind it. I understand, reducing waste, but they're defending it saying chemicals, we're all made of chemicals. Everything that is made of stardust. Whatever that means, you can look that up. That's literally from the co-founder of the company. My problem with this is like, yes, we're all made of chemicals like water. Would you consider that a chemical though? So there's chemicals going on here. If they are canola, cottonseed, soybean, even potentially sunflower, depending on what version it is, we've got major problems and we don't know. So then when I don't know like that, then I would pick non-Apeel. And anytime we can keep the food closer to the way God made it, the better it's going to be for us. But this is a very large controversy that is going on right now, and I wanted to make you aware of it so that you could have the details. Here is the PDF sheet that says mono and diglyceride of fatty acids. It does not say where, but it does say derived from edible plant oils. There are very few plant oils that are not very congestive and very oxidative in the body. And so this could be a definite concern for you if you already suffer from high triglycerides, high cholesterol, heart problems, valve problems, vessel problems. This would be something definitely to watch out for. Now, okay, Dr. Living Good, I'll just scrub it off. I'll just wash it off. Well, actually, it's interesting that you asked that. Right on their website, this question has been posed enough times that they actually put it on there. So let's go over to it. So how much of the mono and the diglycerides would I be ingesting? That's how much per fruit or avocado or whatever you're eating, okay? Can I wash it off? You could remove some of the Apeel plant-based protection, with water and scrubbing, but it's unlikely that you'll be able to remove all of it without damaging the produce. A peel forms a semi-permeable barrier of edible plant material on the skin or the peel, and it wouldn't maintain the fruit or vegetable's natural freshness if it was easily removed. For that reason, we only use food ingredients to make a peel, so it's safe to eat along with produce. We're extremely proud of our products. I'm sure you are. You've got some very, very, very deep-pocketed backers that are putting money towards this, and it's a good intention, good cause, I believe. However, are we now covering fruits and vegetables with rancid oils? In my book, Living Good Daily, I talk all about that. You can grab one of those for free. If you're watching right now, I put the link right up there for you to understand healthy oils from unhealthy oils. Also to identify how to get good foods in, the ones you should buy organics, the ones you don't have to buy organic, and much, much more to make food simple and health overall simple. It's simple things like this that have good intentions that get us off track. Now, as a next video up, I actually take you around the grocery store and show you in the produce some things to look out for, some keys to save some money and to spot to get the healthiest produce possible. Here's one tip: avoid the Apeel because it could be a rancid oil potentially if you can help it. And then what other tips are there with produce? Check out that video right here next.